Hey folks, Wayne over here at the Ram Man Inc. Don't forget the ink. Hey, today I want to talk about brake valve in specific. Right here what we have is Mopar's finest valve. This was after like 4 revisions starting in 67 with the introduction of the disc brakes. The TA valve, the reason I say it's the best valve ever is it was introduced January 1st of 1970. And it was on, of course, all the TAs and the ARs had disc brakes, so that's where people saw them all the time. Those were, you know, little 340 6-pack screamers, you know, designed for the little autocross and road racing. So Mopar was putting the best brakes that they had at the time on those buggies, right? So, yeah, she's brass, last of the brass blocks. Really only made it 70 and 71, and then, you know, the muscle car crunch and all that era. Then they started getting cheap and they went to this cast iron thing, which is horrible. You know, everybody knows what cast iron does, right? It pits up and rusts up when it's been sitting. But this brass valve, you know, last of the brass valves. So this bad boy is, you know, unless you really abuse the hell out of it, it's going to last you forever. And, of course, hate that damn term, it's got your safety switch in here, you know, your pressure equalizer and your piston, and then down here in this end, your spring-loaded pressure reducing valve. Hey, that proportioning valve is a bad term. It's a wrong term. All the proportioning of a brake system is done in the components. Master cylinder, size of the rotors and calipers. Valves don't proportion anything. But anyway, so that's what you got. And then of course, it was a partnership with Kelsey Hayes and Mopar. First cars with the front metering valve. This is what's so important. This is the precursor to ABS, anti-lock braking system. What a metering valve does in general, simplified, is it doesn't open till a set PSI, spring overload. And then when it opens, it meters out the flow over thousandths of a second. It's, you know, a ball valve, it's off, and then it's on. And that's not what this does. So it double checks and makes sure, since it doesn't open on Mopar till about 135 psi, it makes sure that the back brakes always engage before the front ones, no matter what, because that fluid's going to the back, and then when it reaches 135 psi, it'll open and send fluid to the front. That prevents spin-outs. If you're going along and your front brakes engage, kinetic energy is going to bring that ass in around and you go into that counterclockwise spin. Well, it can be both. You go into that spin, which is unstoppable. You cannot stop that spin until the energy is exhausted. So that's what that bad boy does. So it's pretty cool. And on a Mopar, they made it so cool. So this can be plumbed up to anything. I mean, it's real simple. In and out, front, left, front, right. I mean, for real. When it's working right under heavy or extreme braking, you'll feel that bump in the pedal when it opens. You'll be pressing down and you'll feel that slight bump. The other thing is, they put this visual on there, this pin indicator. It moves in and out when it's opening up and stuff. So like, you know, you got your old lady in the car and you're looking down and watching it go in and out and you're going, yeah, babe, my metering valve works, man. I just got visual confirmation. Really damn simple back in the day, right? You don't have to test this, plug this, monitor that, a bunch of old BS. And so there you go. On hybrid systems, disc to drum, there is no finer valve. And, you know, they're pretty reasonable for 150 bucks or whatever shipped to the door. And of course, that's what we do, folks, is we fix valves for people. We do rebuilds. You know, we sell the gizmos inside, all the springs, seal kits, rubber kits, slit my throat, proportioning valve, rebuild kits. Yes, I'm bleeding out, proportioning valve. Safety switch, distribution switches, whatever. And of course, we got some cool literature that we send out to people. Brake valve overview and hydraulic line safety switch. All right, friends, God bless you. God bless America, and happy Mopar and hot rodding and mud trucking. Bye.